Hey guys, I'm Lou and welcome to my latest video. So in this one we're back with another life stories, and I'm essentially just going to be recounting my experiences while I was skiing over in Vermont in America. I went a couple of years ago and it's one of my favourite sort of memories and one of my favourite experiences, so I thought I'd share with you guys. It was epic basically, so yeah, let's go. So in February in 2013 I went to Vermont with my school. We went plane, went down to Heathrow, got a plane over there, we got a plane to Boston, and then we were on a coach driving to Vermont, which is, well, it's next door to Boston. And yeah, it was pretty exciting getting on the plane and doing all that stuff, because we were just building up to going skiing, and it was my first sort of time in America. I'd never been to America before. It's the only time I've been so far, but I do want to go back there. But anyway, let's just go to the first day of skiing. First day skiing, I didn't really like honestly I hated it so much. Like, I was so excited to start and try it, and it was just difficult. Like, the first thing that we had to do is basically there's this sort of little hill, and we was on the skis, and the instructor was teaching us how to like walk up a slope with your skis on, because it's quite difficult, because as soon as you get towards sort of the slope, the way the hill like slopes down, you start going, and at this point I didn't know how to stop. But once we got that sorted, we sort of understood that and started going, and once we were sort of on the actual sort of proper like hills and stuff, it was really enjoyable, apart from the fact that I didn't know how to stop. I literally had no clue how to stop. The instructor sort of told us how to stop, but not really explained it, and I didn't really understand, and I couldn't stop. And 3 times I took people out, because essentially what you think when you're sort of moving really fast, you think if you sort of grab onto someone you'll immediately stop, but not when you're skiing, because your momentum just keeps going and you just take that person with you. And I took one girl down twice, took this other guy down, both from like our trip, one just random people, and the instructor just literally just said, look, if you crash into like someone one more time, if you knock someone else down, you're just not going to be allowed to ski anymore. And that really just hit me, and I was really like annoyed about it and just frustrated with myself that I didn't know how to. So the next day went straight to the instructor. As soon as we got to the sort of resort, went straight to him and was just like, look, I had some trouble yesterday and I just wondered if you could show me how to stop. And he essentially just told me that you basically just point your skis inwards and sort of turn, and he said that the way to, when you're coming around the corner, is to start, or enter anywhere really, turn towards the uphill, and if you turn towards the uphill you stop. I was like, oh, it's quite simple. Then as soon as I knew how to stop, once I sort of perfected that, I was fine. Like, I was happy to go on every single slope. Then went on the ski lift, we went on, just, went all the way to sort of the first mountain. It's not really that high, but it's decent. It's quite good. We're obviously going down that. I'll be definitely putting some pictures from my experience throughout this video, so you can just illustrate what it was like there, because obviously I'm just talking about it now and it's easier to visualize if you can actually see some images. But a funny incident that happened on the ski lift was I kind of fell off the ski lift. And it's just so embarrassing. Right, basically, it was all getting on the ski lift, and we'd been on it a couple of times. And what happened was, I sat down, and I thought that I'd sat like on my mate next to me. I thought I'd sat on his like jacket, and I thought I was on his jacket. So I sort of, if you sit on something, you try and get up and budge across. I tried that. Tried to get up, like to budge across, literally just fell face first off the ski lift. Bearing in mind the ski lift was pretty much like still like right, like imagine this is the ground, this is a ski lift. Ski lift was like there, I fall off here. So I'm literally, it's not even started going up yet and I fell off, and it was so embarrassing. Like, oh my, it's literally one of the most embarrassing experiences of my life, because I thought that I'd got off, and all my mates made a joke about it, because they got up and they was like, Louis, where are you going? And I just went, just fell straight forward over. It's quite funny thinking about it, but it was embarrassing at the time. And yeah, let's just say I'll never stand up when I'm on a ski lift again. Another interesting thing that happened, well, it's sort of a story that instructor told us. because we was on the ski lift with the instructor, we got about halfway up to the mountain. This is still the sort of small mountain. It's not any of the massive ones. And essentially, was going up, and the ski lift stopped. Sometimes it stops every now and again. It stopped like just the time when I fell off. It stopped then, but also it stopped. So it stopped then when we was on it. I keep saying it stopped. I'm just like, Lou, just get on with the story. Anyway, we was on the ski lift. It was just, you know, just hanging there. So we're just waiting for it to keep moving. And the ski instructor turned to us and said, "Oh, this reminds me of a story." Well, he's American. Lovely guy. It's called Billy, but yeah, he's American, and he started telling us this story. He was like, "You know what, lads? I knew about these boys that were on the ski lift. And they were near at night, and they were going up for like one last ride down. But they didn't realise that it was slightly later than what they thought. So essentially, the sort of whole resort was like shut down. It was like a night. It was like time for it to be shut down, and the ski lift just stopped. It just stopped because it was just gone, and they were just there." And essentially they were pretty much freezing to death, and they had to jump out of the ski lift, broke both of their legs, both of them. And me and my mate, who was with the instructor at the time, were just looking at him like, "Why are you telling us this now? We're on this freaking ski lift. He's telling us about a story how some lads had to freaking jump out of it because they would have got frostbite if they didn't, and they broke both of their legs. It's probably not the best time to tell us while we're sort of hanging there and we could just fall." Oh my! I was like, "What is going on?" I was so like, "This is some Final Destination shit or something." I swear, I was like, "No, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna get trapped on the mountain. We're gonna die." So yeah, but fortunately, we didn't get trapped on the mountain. We didn't die, as you can see by proof by this video. Also, touch wood, because I'm superstitious like that. But I've got to say, out of my whole experience while skiing, I sort of, you know, it was. The most enjoyable day was the final day, because we essentially went to a really high mountain. I'll try and find a picture of it if I can. But we went to a really high mountain. I think it was like the second highest mountain or something. Like, it was quite foggy up there and stuff. And we went up to this massive mountain, and then we had to ski all the way sort of down it, and then there was like loads of bits. But the most interesting part, I think, of that was the fact that there was all like trees around. So, you know, it was quite sort of skiing through sort of a forest, but there was all like snow there, and it was just really like peaceful and really sort of relaxing to just be skiing there. And I'd love to go back there again. I mean, if I ever go back to Vermont, I'll definitely go skiing there, because it's just so much fun. If you haven't heard of it, it's a resort called Kiilstofte. It's essentially really awesome. And so if you're ever in that part of America, you know, sort of the East Coast, you know, that sort of side, and you're around that area and you want to try skiing, or you want to do skiing again if you've done it before, definitely go there, because it's so worth it. It's like ridiculously good. And I just love the way how it was kind of felt like, it sounds really sad, but it kind of felt like a little bit of an adventure. You know, we're going up to this massive mountain, skiing all the way down it, you know, all this stuff, just going through all these trees, obviously dodging the way of the trees, because going straight into a tree is not going to be fun if you're going at high speeds while skiing, or snowboarding for that matter. There was a couple of snowboarders with us as well, but I was personally myself, I was skiing. And yeah, I just found it really enjoyable to sort of just, because the instructor really let us sort of go off on our own sort of thing, and it was just like, as long as you stick in a group, just go for it, just go explore sort of thing. And it's just really, really fun. And if I'd go again, I'd definitely like to, once I've sort of remembered how to ski properly, so I have like a day of just practicing how to ski again, I would definitely like to go to like the highest mountain or the next to highest mountain, because I just think it would be really enjoyable. Anyway guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Comment on what you think of this story, and whether you've been skiing, or whether you'd like to try skiing, something like that. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you enjoy this sort of thing. I do lots of these things. Life stories are definitely going to be something that's going to be coming to the front of my channel now. I'm enjoying talking about sort of my past experiences to you. But anyway guys, thanks, I'll see you next time.